Hello kiddos, it is Mr. Berglund, but because I have my lab jacket on, it is Professor Berglund to you. I'm about to do 2 experiments at my house that I want to show you, and I want you to try and make predictions about what you think is happening, why it happened, all right? And also, I will post how to do these experiments at home, so when you're at home, you can do these, and maybe you'll have a first-hand experience and get a better perspective on why certain things are happening. All right? So, but I'm going to be asking questions. So you're going to be watching this, but I'm going to be asking you questions to see if you can make predictions and try and figure out why certain things are happening. All right? So, I'm going to flip the camera. If you look here, I have 5 glasses of water. They are labeled water, sugar, cornstarch, sand, and baking soda. And I have all of those ingredients here. All right? And then I have 5 eggs. And I will be dumping 5 eggs into these glasses of water that are combined with these ingredients. Now, for the sugar, cornstarch, sand, and baking soda, I use 2 tablespoons of each. Sugar, cornstarch, sand, and baking soda. First question, why is it important that all the measurements be the same? Like, why couldn't I do 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of sand, and maybe 2.5 tablespoons of baking soda? Why is it important that all the measurements be the same? All right, and also, what do you think is going to happen? So right now, I'm going to mix all the ingredients in and stir them. So sugar is going in. Cornstarch is going in. Sand is going in. And then baking soda is going in. All right, and now we stir. Let's go ahead and stir this. So how's everyone's day going, huh? So we got sugar. I am stirring it into the mixture. Boom, cornstarch is in. We're gonna stir the cornstarch. Oh, it's getting milky. It kind of looks like milk. What if I just said, hey, you guys want a glass of milk? And I gave you this mixture of cornstarch. Sand. Get sand to stir, get it all distributed. And then let's do baking soda. All right, so now I'm gonna crack eggs into all 5 of those glasses. Next question, what is gonna happen once I dump the whole egg after it's cracked into each cup of water? Write in the comments, what do you think is going to happen? Let's find out. Let's see if I can crack with one hand. All right, so into our plain water. What's happening to the egg? All right, the egg went to the bottom, it looks like. Now, let's do sugar. Can I keep cracking with one hand? Ah! Oh. What's happening? It's staying in the middle? Huh. It was down at the bottom, but with the sugar. All right. Cornstarch. Ooh. It's hard to see with the cornstarch, but it looks like it's at the bottom. Okay, sand. Ah! No, let's do this one over. I have a fresh egg. Sand, it looks like it went right to the bottom. And now let's do baking soda. Oh, wait, what? Let me wash my hands. Wait, that one's weird. So we have baking soda. Look at the egg is right at the top. It's right at the top. The sand is at the bottom. The cornstarch, the egg yolk is at the bottom. Sugar it started out the egg yolk was kind of suspended in the middle, and then water, the egg yolk's at the bottom. So my question is, why are the eggs in different places in the liquids? Shouldn't they all be at the bottom? Or shouldn't they all be at the top? Why are they in different places as far as relative and positioned in the cup? In the Google Classroom and your thread, I want you to comment why you think this is. And now I have another question. So look, I have added sugar and eggs to each of these glasses of water. I've added sugar, cornstarch, sand, baking soda, and an egg to each of these cups. Now, if I asked you to be able to separate this glass of sugar water with the egg, how would you be able to separate it? How could you separate it so that the water is in one dish, the egg yolk is in another dish, and the egg white, and then the sugar is in another dish? What would you have to do in order to separate all things? And the same for this cup with sand, cornstarch, and baking soda. How could you separate the baking soda, the sand, and the cornstarch from the water? How could you separate the egg from the water? And how could you separate, how could you separate those two things? So what do you think is happening? Why is it that the eggs are at different levels as far as going up, either on the bottom of the glass, in the middle of the glass, or at the top of the glass? And how could you separate those cups of water with different items mixed into it? And now I need to go into the refrigerator. Look, I'm going into the refrigerator. I need to get one more egg for our last experiment. So, I have a whole egg. Look, it's hard. It's hard. Do you agree that this is a real chicken's egg, that if I cracked it open, I can make delicious, light, fluffy scrambled eggs? So now look, I'm placing this egg in a cup. Right here. There's nothing in the cup right now. Now, I'm going to take some white vinegar. This is fresh. I just went to the store and bought this. I'm gonna open this. Come on. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm going to open this vinegar and I'm going to pour it on top of the egg. Can we all agree that there is still an egg in there and a cup of vinegar? So now we wait. And how long are we going to wait, Mr. Berglund or Professor Berglund? We are going to wait 24 hours. We're going to leave that egg in that cup of vinegar for 24 hours. What do you think is going to happen? What will happen when we come back and check on this egg in 24 hours? You can also do this experiment at home. If you have white vinegar and you have a cup and you have one egg, put an egg in the cup and pour vinegar on it and leave it for 24 hours. There will be part 2 of this video that I post with what actually happens. But for now, I want you to make predictions on what you think is going to happen to the egg. I want you to try and explain the phenomena with the egg in the different containers of water and why they're in different locations, and how would you be able to separate the egg and the sand, the cornstarch, the baking soda, and the sugar from the water. This is science. Science is everywhere, and this will help us explain different phenomena that take place in the world. All right, until then, adios, my scientist. Make these at home, do these at home to maybe help yourself understand these. I think that science is fun. And until then, I will talk to you later.